So many IEMs on the market and they're releasing new ones almost every single week. This one is hype, this one is not, this reviewer said it's good, this reviewer says it's bad. Which one do I choose? Hold up, I'm here to help you out in today's video. 10 tips for beginner in the audiophile hobby. Let's jump into it. Hey friends, Timmy, welcome back to my video on Gears Audio, and today we have 10 tips for beginner. Now this is going to be more pertaining to IEMs and headphones and a little less so for speakers. Though if you are into speakers more than IEMs or headphones, you still might get some useful information out of this video. Now in this video, we're going to cover various different topics from picking your next IEM to how to save your money and also how to enjoy this hobby more from a learning perspective or from community perspective and everything else in between. Without further ado, let's jump into tip number 1, demo a lot. Yes, with so many options on the market and new one being released seemingly by the week, there's no possible way for you to buy enough IEMs to test out the entirety of the market without completely going bankrupt. Now, I do realize that depends on where you are in the world, demoing might be as easy as driving to a store near you, trying out every IEM imaginable, or you're just shit out of luck. There's no stores near you at all. The only time you can try an IEM is if you buy an IEM. I lived in the US before, so I completely understand the pain. So if you do have a store near you, go and demo as many IEMs as you can. Try to demo different sound signatures as well, also different price ranges, of course. Give yourself a wide context of what the market is, and through doing that, you'll end up finding your preferred sound signature much faster and also not be trapped by the more expensive equals better, because the more you demo, the more you realize that price is just price. It doesn't necessarily mean better sound quality. If you don't have a store near you, you have to rely on audio events or meetups from, friends in the neighborhood or something. The most notable event is Can Jam, which are hosted in various countries around the world. If you can attend one, I highly urge you to attend, because at Can Jam you can try a variety of IEMs, from cheap to expensive to new ones to anything you can imagine. Not only IEMs, of course, headphones, speakers, stacks, amp, everything. But Timmy, I still need to blind buy because I have 0 friends in the audio community that lives near me. I'm so far away from these event locations and I don't have any stores near me at all. I have to blind buy. What do I do? Tip number 2. Stick to budget IEMs. Now, this is a brand new tip that wasn't really available in the year prior to 2022, because in 2022, there were so many new IEMs in the budget realm that actually is tuned well, sounds good, and competitive to $100 plus IEMs. 2022 really was the boom of budget phi. So now, if you need to blind buy IEMs to try, you can do so with very little money, as little as $20. And here are the lists of good $20 IEMs or under $50 IEMs to try, and all of the sound signature that they have. As you can see, even if you have only $100 or $200, you can spend that money on so many different IEMs here and get to try and live with so many different sound signatures. And this way, even though it's still blind buying, it's not way too expensive, and you still get to try out so many different sound signature for even less than $100 if you want to just buy all the $20 ones. But there is a completely free way to try out different sound signature. You can call this bonus tip number 2.1, and that is EQing. Yes, you only need one IEM and you can EQ almost accurately to whatever sound signature that you want, just to get a taste of what that tuning is about or how it might sound like. Again, not super accurate, but it is free and you can do it at home. But before you can EQ effectively, you kind of need to know how to read a certain measurement called frequency response graph, which is tip number 3. Learn to read the frequency response graph. Now, if you've been in the community for a while, you know all the benefits that reading an FR graph can bring. Number 1 is comparison. You can compare the IEM that you have with other IEMs on the market. Even if you don't have that IEM on hand, you can use frequency response graph to kind of guess what that IEM might sound like in comparison to yours. And the more experience you have with trying IEMs and reading graph, the more accurately you can predict what certain IEMs can sound like just based off of reading it. This helps you a lot in making your next purchase decision and also helps you in the overall understanding of what you like, what you don't like, what you're looking for, etc. Now that you've demoed everything there is to demo on the market and you learn how to read FR graph like a master, what else is there to do to improve your overall sound quality? Well, there are some accessories you can explore to help improve the overall sound or experience you have with your audio. The number one thing that I urge you guys to explore first are ear tips, and ear tips are a lot more important than you think. An ear tip that provides a good seal versus a bad seal can be the difference between having bass and having no bass. You want ear tips that gives you a perfect seal, or else the bass will leak, resulting in not the most ideal sound. Now, the second thing to pay attention to when it comes to tips, besides comfort, of course, because of course you want it to be comfortable, besides that, you have to pay attention to how deep the tips allow you to insert your IEMs into your ears, because believe it or not, insertion depth makes a difference in sound, especially in the treble. Some IEMs have smoother treble the deeper you insert them into your ears. Speaking of accessories, of course, there are other accessories and also other products you can look at when you're looking to upgrade your sound setup, which leads us to tip number 5. What should you upgrade first? Now for me, I always recommend you upgrade something that has the most measurable improvement. So in the audio chain, DAC, amps, cable, earphones, and ear tips, the IEM and headphones themselves or the transducer has the most measurable improvements or measurable changes. So that will affect your overall sound quality the most. After you find your favorite IEMs and headphones and you want to go further and spend more money to get 1 or 2% improvement from DAC amps and cables, then absolutely, your money is up to you. But I don't recommend upgrading DAC amps and cable first while you don't really have your ideal perfect IEM or headphones yet. So what is the most ideal or best IEMs on the market? Well, tip number 6, subjectivity versus objectivity. The answer to what is best is up to you. Yes, it's whatever is best for you. Don't listen to whatever anyone else says about this one is the best because it is objectively better in this and this and this and this way. At the end of the day, you're the one listening to your own IEMs, you're the one listening to your own gear. It's your money as well. So the most important thing is you enjoy it. Now that you're armed with all the knowledge you need to make your next purchase decision, the question is, when should you make a new purchase? Tip number 7, understanding the IEM market. Now, in the IEM market, there are 2 things to pay attention to. Number 1 is new stuff comes out all the time. And just because there are new stuff on the market, there are new hype on the market, doesn't mean that you also have to follow those hype. Enjoy your gear and wait a while until something truly amazing come out that's worth upgrading to. And even if that one thing finally came out that you want to upgrade to, you should still wait, because number 2 things to pay attention to is there's always sales. Sales happen all the time in the IEM world, especially, and in Sci-Fi. You don't want to constantly upgrade every couple of months. Upgrade every few months or even once a year is perfectly fine, and you'll get better value for your money that way. But to me, I still can't decide which IEMs I want to buy next, or I still don't understand a lot of things about the audio scene. I don't want to make the wrong purchase decision. I still need someone to guide me through the audio journey. Well, tip number 8, reviewers. Who can you trust and who should you watch? Well, at the end of the day, the answer to this question boils down to personal taste, but as a guide for the newbies out there, I would say find a reviewer that has the most similar taste to you, whether it's through having similar taste in IEMs or having a similar library of songs that you guys listen to. Because the more that reviewer has in common with you, let's say they like the same IEMs that you like mostly, and they also listen to the same songs that you do, when they recommend a new IEM, there are higher chances that you'll like that same new IEM as well. And when they dislike an IEM or tell you to stay away from an IEM, chances are you'll feel the same way. With that said, let's now move on to tip number 9. Join communities. Yes, there's so many audio communities out there, whether it's Facebook group, Discord, forums, Reddit. There's so many places we can find like-minded individuals, share ideas, comparison, read community reviews, buy, sell, trade, swap, meetups, so many things to do. So go out there, have fun, find the communities that you like to be a part of, and just enjoy the hobby at a more social and deeper level. Which leads us to the last tip of the day: expand your knowledge in audio. Of course, in the audio world, there are many things you can learn. You can dive in as deep as you want to expand your overall experience in the field and your overall understanding of what you like and what you don't like. If you don't know where to start learning, I left some resources in the link below of where you can start. Again, many things to learn. Just check out all the links that I provided to get started in understanding audio more. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. I hope you found this video helpful. If so, please like, subscribe, share with a friend who's maybe new or have been in the audio hobby since evolution gave us the ability to perceive sound. Even those people might find something helpful from this video, so share with them anyways. And with all that being said, of course, I'd like to thank all my Patreon subscribers now. We have Bart, Chadwick, Geeky Audio, Go to 10K, Norm, Robert, Suni Roll, and of course the $18 people, Dr. P, Kirk, and Mr. Mason. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you guys want to support the channel yourself, link to Patreons down below. Many great perks there, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye.